Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Silky Field in beautiful Springfield, Oregon tonight as the Roseburg Indians wrap up this truncated winter-spring football season. Tonight, taking on the Springfield Millers on the road. Both of these teams this evening looking to finish out this year on a positive note as we celebrate the seniors for Springfield here momentarily at Silky Field tonight. Both of these programs looking to finish their season with the first win of the year. We welcome you to tonight's broadcast of Roseburg football online at 541radio.com, presented by Renco General Contractors, and tonight here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Joey Kieran. So happy to have you with us here on this Friday night up in Springfield. First road game for us here on The Score this year. We did not get a chance to go down to North Medford for that broadcast earlier in the year, and then had our first road game of the season at Eagle Point canceled. So unfortunately, we hadn't been out on the road, but tonight we make the trip north to cover this Roseburg football season finale. The Roseburg Indians coming in at 0-4 on the year, taking on the 0-5 Springfield Millers. A lot of storylines going into this one, trying to get your first win, end on a high note. It's senior night for the Millers, but you also have Coach Heiberger coming back to his previous spot as a head coach. He was the head coach of the Springfield Millers for 4 years before leaving to join the Roseburg Indians as the head coach for our tribe. And it is going to be a little bit of a return back to his old stomping grounds for the coach here tonight. He could really probably care less about that. He is looking to try and get his team a victory and see some improvement out there on the field tonight for the Roseburg Indians. We thank everybody for tuning in for tonight's broadcast and look forward to the start of this evening's game. I want to tell you that tonight's pregame show is sponsored by Roseburg Disposal. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Coming up here in the pregame show, we'll get a chance to catch up with Coach Dave Heiberger. I did ask him what it'd be like to be going to his former employer here at Springfield High School and whether or not he was familiar with the visiting locker room. Spoiler alert, he is. And we get a little bit of an insight into last week's game and this season finale for the Roseburg Indians. That's coming up next here in the Roseburg Disposal pregame show as we talk with head coach Dave Heiberger. Tonight's game is streaming live online at 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel. Live streaming of Roseburg High Sports is presented by Renco General Contractors. They specialize in industrial and commercial construction, so whether you're building from scratch or maybe it's time to expand or remodel your current building, at Renco, there's no job that's too big or too small. Build your success with Renco. We'll be back with a quick word with head coach Dave Heiberger as we continue on with the Roseburg Disposal pregame show here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Against Churchill. His plans after high school, he is committed to Western Oregon University to play football. Number 44, Taken Gordonson.
Welcome back, everybody, for your Roseburg Disposal pregame show as the Roseburg Indians get ready to wrap up the football season against the Springfield Millers tonight here from Silky Field in Springfield. As we keep counting down towards kickoff, we get a chance to catch up with head coach Dave Heiberger. He spent 4 years coaching here at Springfield High School before leaving that job to take over as the head coach here for Roseburg High School. We talked about that, plus recapping last week's game against the Crater Comets and so much more. And as we get things started, I asked him if coming back to play against the Springfield Millers was something that was on the bucket list for head coach Dave Heiberger.
Yeah, no, I don't know if that's necessarily on a bucket list. Thankful we were able to pick up a culminating game with the guidelines that we have as far as traveling and things like that. And so it was good that we were able to pick up an extra game for the players.
Your connection to that school, obvious, knowing that you came from there before you came down here to Roseburg. Do you have many connections still at Springfield? I know, I believe the AD is still the same from your time up there, but do you have many other connections with the football program?
Yeah, I mean the past players that you coach, and the teachers, the head coach. I actually coached when he was in high school, and he coached with me at Marist and then at Springfield. So. A couple of ex-players on his staff. So, yeah, there's definitely some people up there where I recognize the names for sure.
Getting ready for that matchup, this week, final week for you guys on this season. How kind of – and we all knew it was going to be short, but how surprising is it to be here at this moment where, boy, it feels like it's just been a blink of an eye and this season has gone by already?
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a bit of build up to that season, and so I mean it seems like we've been at football for a year now, and with the kids being bounced around whether we were or not going to have a season a couple times, that anticipation for it. Very thankful that we were able to give the kids the experience to play football and all the work that goes into that from our admin and district office to make that available.
Looking at this matchup, obviously you two teams coming in that are looking for that first win on the season. How important is it for you to try and finish off this season with a victory?
It's always important to win, right?
Yeah.
That's the goal is to win. Obviously, I've been impressed with them on film, the amount of players that they're trying out at different positions and moving kids in and out, getting a lot of kids rotated into it, and so that's impressive to me on on how they're kind of viewing it, maybe a little bit similar to how we viewed it as an opportunity for a spring ball where they keep score, And so obviously we're bouncing around a little bit, trying to find things that fit our kids, not only for the ability to try to win a football game, but also for down the road as well.
Last week, we saw Roseburg come out and, that first drive of the game really was impressive. Unfortunately, stalled out without any points on that one. What kind of things did you take away from last week that you saw these guys do well that you hope to continue to see this week and be able to build off of?
I thought we obviously threw the ball and ran the ball the best we have all year, and so that was good to see some improvement there. Defensively, Crater did some things that teams haven't done to us yet, and they had the quarterback to pull it off as well, schematically, and so that gave us some fits. Obviously, during that game, a couple of DBs went going down, getting some fresh faces in the secondary against a really good passing attack. That didn't help us, but I thought for some of them, maybe the game started to slow down a little bit, and there wasn't as much anxiousness and eyes, where they shouldn't be. So, obviously, we're not getting penalized a whole lot, so the kids' discipline is there. And so, we just continue to go back to work this week and try to put them in better spots to be successful.
As you guys, with kind of a quick turnaround with high school sports, I was talking to one of the parents on the team at a volleyball match the other day, and they're looking towards the future with baseball just coming up next week, and mentioned that there's a lot of guys on the team that play multiple sports. With a quick turnaround into the next sports season coming up, and with your guys' season wrapping up here, what's been kind of the the locker room been like for you guys here this week as you guys are wrapping things up? Or a guy still kind of focused in on football? Do you feel like you're still getting the full attention from everybody?
No, absolutely. Our practices have gone well. The energy's been great. Mm-hmm. And so I haven't noticed anything. I know, there's some things as a head coach where we have some guys that are a little bit dinged up that
mm-hmm.
maybe not have as much of a prominent role. And some of that is to make sure that when we send them off, they're they're somewhat healthy to go play in those other sports and activities. And so I think the head coaches at the high school here work good together, and I think we're taking into interest the ability for that kid to play multiple sports and what we need to do to make sure that they can do that. That kind of falls on us as coaches a little bit.
You guys, with football being a fall sport, and we hope that we're back on a regular schedule next year, and obviously that's what everybody's kind of planning on as of right now, means that you guys don't have a ton of downtime between the end of this spring season and the start of workouts and stuff there, towards the end of summer. As you guys really start ramping things up, I'm sure there'll be plenty more going on. But, as you guys start wrapping up the season here this week, going into an off season, what are kind of your plans with a shorter off season for Roseburg football?
Yeah, definitely be a little bit of shorter time period between the two seasons. Some of that, our first expectation is that they're playing other sports, and so that's our number one expectation as a football program, is that they're involved in multiple sports, and so that's the number one thing that they're doing. And if there's time left over for us to sneak in some football stuff, we'll do that, and we'll take a look at that once we get through this season.
That's going to do it for our conversation with Dave Heiberger here in our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. We'll continue on with the pregame show as we count down towards kickoff. This is Roseburg football on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Welcome back here to Silky Field in Springfield, Oregon for tonight's matchup between Roseburg and Springfield. The coin toss going on out at midfield. Looks like Roseburg will receive the opening kick of tonight's ball game. It is a sunshiny night here in Springfield. The wind is blowing around. Roseburg wearing their white tops, black pants, numbers on the back of the jersey and front in black, outlined in orange. The typical black helmets with the orange face mask. On the other side, it's the dark blue with the blue, light powder blue numbers on the front and the back for Springfield. We are getting ready for kickoff. We'll have it for you after this 2-minute break here on The Score.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army now. National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Buy one, get one free at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Buy one signature service oil change with Pennzoil at regular price through the end of March and receive a coupon for a second one free. That's a $43.99 value. The signature service oil change features up to 5 quarts conventional Pennzoil, a new spin-on filter, and a visual inspection of belts, brakes, tires, and wipers, plus fluid top-off and our 90-day top-off guarantee. Buy one signature service oil change, get one free through the end of March at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube next to Champion Car.
Okay, Angela. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us in our pregame show presented by Roseburg Disposal. Let them make the run to the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal. Call them at 673-7122. Roseburg out to receive the opening kick of tonight's ball game as we welcome you into this season finale. Roseburg and Springfield getting ready to start off. Springfield will be kicking right to left. Roseburg going left to right. It's a short kick down to the 33-yard line, taken by Dawson Gillespie here on this natural turf grass field as we get things started. Roseburg will have it. Natural turf grass field. That was something that Coach Heiberger mentioned in our pregame coaches interview that we had together, that he was excited to see how his players did on that. And so we'll see how that goes for them here getting things started. Roseburg will come out at the 40-yard line with the football. It is Evan Corbin. He'll hand it off. Logan Klopfenstein trying to run left side of the formation, and he goes nowhere. Tackled for a loss to start out tonight's ball game, going backwards about 2.5 yards to the 38-yard line. Klopfenstein losing 2 on the opening carry of tonight's ball game. We'll run through your starting lineup here in a moment as Duper will get it on an end around, get some blocking out in front of him, will get to the edge, sheds a tackler, goes out near the first down marker on the far side of the field, and they'll mark him out at the 48-yard line. That's a pickup of 10 on the ground for Duper as he will get the near first down carry. Picking up 10 on the ground. Roseburg needs 2.5 more. They'll pass to Duper on the near side. Blockers in front of him. He's got the first down as he gets into Springfield territory. And Roseburg across the 50 to the 42 on Springfield's half of this field. Pass completion from Corbin to Duper. And that's going to pick up 10 yards on that pass completion. A run up the middle. Ball comes loose. It's picked up by Springfield at their own 36-yard line. And that is going to be a quick turnover by Roseburg. They were moving the ball well with their quick motion going up the field. Unfortunately, turn it over there. So Roseburg will give it back to Springfield. They'll give it to Springfield. First time here tonight. 11:07. They almost wore off a minute of the game, but Springfield will get it at their own 36. So here comes the offense for the Millers here tonight. First time out there on the field for Springfield. They'll set up in shotgun, jumbo package to the right. It's going to be a keeper for Casey Robinson, usually in as a tight end type guy, but he's in there as a running back, or excuse me, as the quarterback, takes the snap and runs to his right. We've normally seen Gavin Coulter the last couple of games for Springfield at the quarterback position, and now he will come in. So an early run there by Robinson in a wildcat formation, and he picks the ball out to the 38-yard line, picking up 2 on the ground on that first down carry after the Roseburg fumble. Second down and 8, ball in the middle of the field is Springfield with the ball near midfield at their own 38-yard line. Coulter fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, tries to run up the middle. He gets across the line of scrimmage, and Coulter is only a junior, 6 foot, 165 pounds, not a big guy back there. Took a couple of licks and kept on ticking, gets across the line of scrimmage out to the 42-yard line. The quarterback keeper will go for 4 yards, and it'll be third down. And they've got about 4 yards to go. Coulter runs back in after getting the play from the sideline. He'll move a man in motion from right to left, and that is Dwayne Fada. He'll set up as the slot on the left side of the formation out there along with Dylan Springer. In shotgun, the snap high, looking to throw to his left, pressure. Tiger Black back there, now going downfield, one-on-one coverage. Dawson Gillespie had his hands on the shoulder pad of the receiver, and that was Casey Robinson. They're both hand fighting for that ball, and knocking it out of the air was Gillespie. Good defense for Roseburg, and that'll force a 3-and-out after the Roseburg fumble, as Springfield will send their punt unit out to kick this one away. Roseburg will send Carson Dunn deep to return. Opening drive of the game for both teams goes really not that far. Here on this beautiful day in Springfield. Kick is away, high kick, not very deep. That'll go out of bounds, not crossing the 40 on Roseburg's half of the field. It'll go out at the 42. And Roseburg's offense will come back out on the field for a second time. 9:26 to go here in the first quarter. Roseburg with the football starting at their own 42-yard line. Their offense was moving well to start the game. But then they turn over on the fumble, giving Springfield good field position, but they were unable to do anything with it. Roseburg will have the football. Turn handed up the middle goes Klopfenstein. And Logan Klopfenstein will run right up the middle. Good yardage on first down for him. Klopfenstein gains out to the 48-yard line. And for Roseburg, that'll be a 6-yard pickup on the ground by Klopp. They'll toss it to him here on the near sideline. Tries to make a man miss an open field and is unable to get away. Tackled in the backfield. Back to the 45-yard line, a loss of 3. Open field tackle for Springfield. That was Connor Dye taking down Klopfenstein. Back to the 45. Loss of 3 on the ground. Looking to pass is Corbin to his left. Has the short route, intermediate to Colton Marsters right on the seam. He slips a tackler, and he's got some room. He's behind the defense, and the speed of Colton Marsters will score for Roseburg. And the Indians are on the board first here tonight from Silky Field. Marsters scoring just the second offensive touchdown for Roseburg this season, and gets Roseburg on the board first. That's going to be a 55-yard touchdown pass. He had a perfect spot, found the open territory to settle in on a comeback route. Nice decision by Corbin to hit him on that little curl on the hash mark. And then he broke free from the defense, shedding a couple of tacklers, and Marsters to the house. It's Jackson Bartlett out to kick it, but a false start by Roseburg is going to back him up here on the PAT. First touchdown pass of the season for Evan Corbin. First touchdown catch for Colton Marsters. 55-yard score. And the kick now, they're going to go with Bartlett still here on the PAT. And we'll see if Bartlett, the right-footed kicker, can do it from 25 yards out. He's got a boot, and it just hooks inside the left field goal post. So Roseburg takes a 7-0 lead here early on. Let's go ahead and take 30 seconds and be back with more of the first quarter from Silky Field here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Current Orthodontics, we stand out because of the smiles and the excitement that we create. A beautiful smile can really make a huge impact in someone's life. Our main goal is we also want you to be able to walk down the street and have your neighbors say, "Hey, where did you get that great smile?" And for you to be able to say, "At Current Orthodontics."
$7-0 our score. Roseburg with a drive, 3 plays, and it took them a minute 03 3 plays, a minute 03, and they drive 58 yards total for the opening score. The kick by Bartlett makes it 7-0. Roseburg kicks it deep, way over the head of the return guys for Springfield. Bartlett out there booting again, and that one will be a touchback for Springfield. So the Millers will come out for their second possession of the game, 8:23 to go on the clock, and they'll have it at their own 20. Well, a nice start for Roseburg. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Also by Dr. Alanson Randall. Open and accepting new patients. You can give them a call at 541-378-6694. So the offense for the Springfield Millers will come out. Looking at their offense, you've got the junior Coulter in the backfield. He'll be joined at times by Ali Gutierrez and Connor Dye. Right now you've got Fada and another man out to the left side. Ball up the middle, pops loose, and on it is Klopfenstein. I think Roseburg's got a takeaway on the run up the middle, and they do. A couple of fumbles here early on for both teams, and that one running right up the middle. A fumble by Springfield. They had good yardage on that. Roseburg, well, they had about 3-4 yards on that, and then the fumble popped out and squirted forward. It's going to be out to the 23-yard line. Let's say the 22. Roseburg will have it in Springfield territory with 8:19 to go in the first quarter. Roseburg under center goes Dominic Tatone, the other quarterback for the Indians. He goes on the keeper on the fake up the middle. He breaks free to the front pylon. Touchdown, Roseburg. And the Indians come in averaging less than a touchdown a game, and they've got 2 here in the opening 3 minutes and 59 seconds of this ball game. Touchdown run by Dominic Tatone of 22 yards. And Roseburg's on top, spoiling the start of senior night for the Springfield Millers. And Bartlett will be out once again for another kick here, this time from only 20 yards on the PAT. Kick is away, and it is good. Well, just like that, Roseburg has a 14-0 lead. And whoa, where has this come from? Sure is great to see Roseburg jumping out to an early lead. Now the question will be, can they continue? And we will see here as we keep it right here, getting ready for our next kickoff. 14-0 your score. Roseburg in front with 8:11 to go in the first quarter. So after the Springfield so far has run just 3 offensive plays, 1 punt, and then a fumble on their next offensive series. So they've had all of 5 plays so far in this ball game. Both teams with a turnover for Roseburg. The defense has now had a takeaway in every single game this season. That is a stat that they'll be happy about. So Tatone with a 22-yard touchdown run. His first touchdown of the season. First rushing touchdown. He does have a passing touchdown this year. Bartlett will be back out there to kick it away from the 40-yard line. Wind blowing behind him here. 61 at our kickoff on a sunny night here in Springfield. Kick is away. Has that wind blowing behind him, and he'll kick it into the end zone yet again. So it'll be back out to the 22-yard line for Springfield with the wind blowing behind him. Jackson Bartlett really getting the boot. As we get ready to go here, want to remind you, Roseburg football tonight brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? And by Barnes Heating and Cooling. Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Out to the 24, Springfield in shotgun. Quarterback Coulter will turn and hand it, running right side. And it's Tiger Black that will swallow up the ball carrier for Springfield. Running the ball over the right side, trying to check a number on that. And we will confirm in a moment here for you. 7:45 and counting here in the first quarter. in the backfield with Coulter is Connor Dye. He had that short carry, actually no gain on the first down. It's 2nd and 10, and now swallowed up in the backfield. Once again are the Millers, going nowhere. And again, it's Dye gaining nothing on 2nd down and 10. And Springfield now facing 3rd down and, in fact, losing a couple of yards back to the 18-yard line. So a tackle for loss, and Springfield now facing 3rd down and 12. Roseburg's defense has done well throughout much of the season, at least early on. But with how many guys they've got going both ways, they do have a tendency sometimes to wear out in the second half. Looking to pass is Coulter. He had a man open down the seam. Now has to try and run out of the pocket. Slips one tackle into open field. Gets shoved out, but he was still on his feet. Did he stretch it long enough for the first down? He needed to get it to the 30, and I think they'll mark him a little bit shy. They put him at the 28-yard line. A nice scamper by the quarterback, Evan Coulter.
4th and 2.
And it's going to make it 4th and 2. Excuse me, Gavin Coulter, not Evan. Gavin Coulter nearly picking it up. He got 10 yards on the carry, but they needed 12, and he'll come up just shy. So Springfield will send their punt unit back out. Timeout going to be taken here before the kick. Kicking into the wind is Springfield. Could have been a big cause of the issues they had on their first attempt kicking the football. Timeout called down on the field with 6:37 to go. Here in this first quarter, Roseburg leading 14-0. Joey Keyran with you. Tonight's game brought to you by Current Orthodontics. A healthy, attractive smile means confidence inside and out. Call Dr. Peterson at 541-672-5721. And by Tim's Appliance at the corner of Lane and South Stevens. In Roseburg, 0% financing always available. Natural turf field. We talked about the crown on this field here at Springfield High School. I did with Coach Heiberger before today's game. Said that he doesn't even know if many of his guys would have any idea what a crown on the field really is. With how many turf fields you get nowadays, they've eliminated that crown pretty much on everything. But have the natural turf here at Silky Field. Still looking in great condition this time of year. Wrapping up our winter-spring truncated season. Punt unit will come out for the Millers. 6:37 to go, first quarter. They trail 14-0. Roseburg has lived most of their first quarter on Springfield's half of the field. Good boot here, angling towards the sideline. Going to get hung up in the wind, and it'll bounce across the sideline over on the far side on Roseburg's side of the field, and it goes out at the 44. So Roseburg will have it there. 44-yard line. .6:31 to go here in the first quarter. Roseburg with the football for a fourth time. Starting at their own 44. Looking to passes to Tone. He had plenty of time in the pocket. Now tries to throw. He'll throw it late. Dangerous play, but he did have a receiver there to Marsters. And with that throw, he will avoid a sack. It'll be an incompletion to stop the clock with 6:22. As we continue on here in this first quarter. Tonight's game is streaming live online at 541radio.com. You can watch the game streaming there, or you can find it on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel tonight as well. Subscribe to be able to follow Roseburg Sports. Again, a fake up the middle by Tatone. He keeps it and weaves his way through the defense. One man there to get him. That's Casey Robinson. Tracks him down from behind, but not before. Dominic Tatone using his speed. He has not had many chances to really break free like that. This time he does. Once again, even longer than his last one, he takes this down to the Springfield 21-yard line on the carry. That is good for a 35-yard run by Dominic Tatone. He's got a 22 and a 35-yard run, 57 yards on the night for him so far. Sets up Roseburg in Springfield territory just outside the red zone. 1st and 10 from the left hash mark on the 21. Faked the handoff, looking to carry it himself. Took a while to develop on that play. I don't think the running back necessarily knew where he was supposed to be. Tatone carrying out his fake, but it took a while for whoever was there to get to the ball. Might have been Klopfenstein. He'll check out of the game. And Roseburg on that first down carry by Tatone. He made a little bit of something out of nothing. Takes it down to the 16-yard line. That's a pickup of 5 on a first down run. Tatone doing a lot of work with his legs so far. 62 yards. He's under center. Behind him is Schultz. Fakes a handoff to him again. He's going to take it on the end around. It keeps being there. Why not continue to do it as he just runs angles to the far sideline and just stretches the defense, gets tackled out of bounds inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal from the 3 as Dominic Tatone leads Roseburg on another drive deep into Springfield territory. Picks up 13 on that carry. 4 carries. He's up to 75 yards on the night. And we are still here in the first quarter. 4:45 to play in the first. 14-0 Roseburg on top. Duper will spread out wide to the right. Call is in the slot. 2 targets to the far side of the field. It's Klopfenstein in the slot. Marsters wide out. Schultz will move in motion into the backfield to the left of Tatone, and delay of game by Roseburg. Penalty will back him up here. First penalty of tonight's ball game. Will back Roseburg up. They had 1st and goal from the 3. They back up now to the 8. Go on the end around here on the the wide receiver sweep, and it's a Lyric Call that'll take it in this time. They back him up 5 yards, and it does not matter. Roseburg scores again, now leading 20-0 here in the first quarter. 8-yard touchdown run for a Lyric Call. And it's Jackson Bartlett out once again to try and put the extra point through the uprights. Doing a nice job kicking with the wind at his back at least. Snap. Pretty decent. Placement down, kick away, splits the uprights, dead center. And with the touchdown and the extra point, it's now 21-0, Roseburg in front. Let's go ahead and take a 30-second break, come back with more of your first quarter action here from Silky Field on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
Back here at Silky Field, where Roseburg leads 21-0 with 4:13 to go in the first quarter. Joey Keyran here with you. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in and joining us tonight for an earlier kickoff from Silky Field. Another kick out of the end zone for Jackson Bartlett. And Springfield will start once again at their own 20. Making the first road trip of the season. Getting ready for more of those. Hopefully here coming up starting next week with the start of the baseball season. We'll be looking to cover Roseburg baseball like we have in the past for you guys here on The Score and streaming with video at 541radio.com. So look forward to baseball getting started on Tuesday next week. Offense back out on the field for Springfield. It'll be Connor Dye in the backfield along with Gavin Coulter. Spread out to the far side of the field will be Fada. Robinson in as the H-back on that right side of the line. Lone man on the near side is Springer. Handoff, running right side, goes Dye. Tried to spin out of a tackle, and he could not. Gets right back to the line of scrimmage as Roseburg's defensive front continues to play stout against this Miller's front line. No gain on the carry by Dye. Gavin Coulter will head back out. running the offensive play in. 3:48 to go first quarter. Second down and 10, ball on the right hash mark at the 20-yard line. Roseburg, Schultz showing a blitz. He'll back off. Now watching, they go with a quick pass over the middle. Tipped in the air, it's intercepted by Duper. Weaves his way through the other team. The Millers can't bring him down until inside the 10. Another turnover on the game, tipped up this time. It was intended for Casey Robinson, the tight end. Couldn't get his hands on it. Tight coverage by Roseburg. And Landon Duper comes away with the INT. Second takeaway of the game for Roseburg. Third turnover we've had in this contest. But Roseburg now with the football deep in Springfield territory again at the 7. 3:21 to go here in the first quarter. Corbin back in at quarterback for Roseburg in shotgun. Schultz to his left, goes on a quick slant route, and they will reward Duper as he makes the catch for the touchdown. From 7 yards out, Duper gets his first touchdown catch of the year, second touchdown pass of the season for Evan Corbin, and Roseburg rolling here in the first quarter. Your score now 27-0. Roseburg in front pending the extra point. The PAT here for Bartlett is up and good. Bartlett now is 4 for 4 on PATs in this one, and Roseburg leads 28-0 on top of Springfield. We'll go ahead and take a quick 30-second break, come back as we continue the first quarter for you here from Silky Field on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get one free at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Buy one signature service oil change at regular price and receive a coupon for a second one free. That's a $43.99 value. The signature service oil change features up to 5 quarts conventional Pennzoil, a new spin-on filter, and a visual inspection of belts, brakes, tires, and wipers, plus fluid top-off and a 90-day top-off guarantee. Buy one signature service oil change with Pennzoil, get one free now at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube, next to Champion Car Wash.
As we welcome you back here to Silky Field, the wind will blow the ball off of the tee. Our score is 28-0. Roseburg leading here in the first quarter of tonight's ballgame. It has been an offensive explosion for Roseburg. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Smile Station, your destination for aesthetically crafted smiles. Another big boot for Jackson Bartlett, and it'll be another touchback here. As Roseburg continues to pound away, they have been benefiting from good field position so far. Not Jackson kicking, is that what I'm hearing? Might have been some input coming from the coach's booth next to us there. All right, here comes Roseburg's defense back out. Out there is Springfield at their own 20. Looking to pass, Coulter, I believe, going near side. No, not Coulter out there. Yeah, that is number 10. Excuse me, it looked like a 2 for a second. It is Coulter, passes near side to Robinson. Catch for about 3 yards on the pass play. Out to the 23. First completion of the night. Connecting with Robinson. Coming off of that interception, they go right back to the pass game, does Springfield. Coulter struggled with that handoff, but got it in and somehow got it into the belly of the running back. Carrying the ball is Trout. That is Justin Trout out there carrying. And he gets it out to, well, they're going to put him right at the 23, so not really a gain of much. And now facing 3rd down and 7 are the Millers. They've gotten the ball out of their own red zone as Roseburg continues to put the pressure on and has really given them some issues to deal with when trying to punt it because they're punting right into that wind. We'll see how Roseburg deals with that when the field flips. Looking to pass his Coulter. Pressure. He escapes it at first, but now running. Ball comes loose. It's on the turf. Back inside the 15, and it looks like it'll be Springfield that gets on top of it. I think that's Robinson there. They got on top of that to keep it for Springfield. They go all the way back inside their own 15. And that'll back them up. That is a loss of 9 on the play. And now it'll face 4th down. And they've got about 16 to go. Kick away, knocking across the 50. Hits at the 35, takes a Springfield bounce out to the 40, and will settle in at the Springfield 41-yard line. Punting into that wind is proving to be extremely difficult here in this first quarter. So Roseburg will have it at the Springfield 41 as they come back out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th possession of the first quarter for Roseburg. Whistles blowing a timeout down on the field taken by the Tribe. Their second here in the first quarter. Leading 28-0. Roseburg in front. Let's take a 30-second break and come back after this here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
General Contractors, formerly known as RE Noah, are the experts in industrial and commercial construction. With over 50 years of combined experience, Renco General Contractors is Douglas County's building leader when it comes to commercial construction. From turnkey construction from the ground up, tenant improvements to seismic upgrades, Renco is an authorized metal building dealer dedicated to providing our community the highest quality structures. They also specialize in steel fabrication and welding. Call Renco today. There's no job that's too big or too small. Build your success with Renco.
First quarter action still here for you from Silky Field at Springfield High School. Roseburg's offense back on the field from their Springfield 41. They'll hand it off on an end around with the football. Marsters, swim move over a defender. Blockers in front, cuts back inside, tries the swim move again. He breaks free for good yardage. Nice run in there by Marsters. Takes it into the red zone down to the 13-yard line. Springfield's half of the field. Colton Marsters, the junior, getting the end around there. And looking real strong handling that football. He takes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. And now trapped in the backfield. That is Garrett Scholes cut down at the 15, so a tackle for loss for Springfield to make it first down and second down and 12. For Marsters on that play, 28-yard carry as he weaved his way through traffic. 41 seconds to go here in the first quarter of this ballgame. Roseburg leading 28-0. Gillespie will move in motion right to left. Corbin back in shotgun, hands it off. Running right up the middle goes Schultz. And he'll get it back to the original line of scrimmage, it looks like, down to about the 13 on that carry. And that should wrap up our first quarter, I do believe here. 19 seconds and counting. The ball at the 13 as Schultz makes up what he lost on the last carry. And we are going to be heading to the second quarter. Roseburg here in the first, exploding offensively. We'll see how things go when they flip the field. At the end of the first quarter, it's 28-0. Roseburg in front. Back after this 60-second break here on The Score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I am a nurse.
A firefighter.
A college student.
A mother.
And I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready.
For every storm.
And disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors.
My family.
And my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Flipping sides of the field here at Silky. Roseburg will now be going right to left on your radio dial in their road whites. Home dark navy blue for Springfield. Roseburg will be looking into the sun and playing into the wind here at Silky Field as they play their first snap here, looking at 3rd down and 10 from the Springfield 13-yard line to start the second quarter, leading 28-0. Joey Keyran here with you, along with me, Angela Keyran helping. Corbin going to throw towards the end zone. It's picked off at the goal line, coming the other direction. A penalty flag out on the play. Taking a lick and still going, hit from the backside by Marsters. And with the interception is Justin Trout. And there are penalty flags strewn on multiple sections of the field. So we'll wait to see what the penalties will equate to. Penalties are against Springfield. So the offense will come out for the Millers. Big boost there for them to start out things here in the second quarter. They are needing some positive momentum to get things going. The return on the INT went out to about the 30-yard line, but they're going to back them up. Whitecap here tonight going to say it's a block in the back, I do believe, there against Springfield. And it will be Miller's football. Our crew here tonight from Silky Field: Josh Jordan, James March, that's the chain crew, and Bruce Wilson. Then our officials tonight: Andy Vibora is our Whitecap here this evening, signaling that. Jeff Shelley, George Spicer, Mike Bowers, and Gary Snyder, our crew here this evening at Silky. So the INT will mean Springfield football starting at their own 9-yard line. Handed off running right side this time. And it is Trout who just had the interception. He gets the carry to start out. And he'll take it out past the 10 to the 12-yard line. That's a pickup of 3. 2nd down and 7 for Springfield. Up along their front line, based on our scouting here: Caden Van Etten, Diego Medina, Chase Sattler, Brandon Unreen, and Connor Hales. Some good size up there. Everybody 225 or bigger. Trying to hand it off and trying to run around is Trout again, and he will get taken. Oh, and a penalty flag out at the end. They're going to give him forward progression to the 5. Got carried all the way back to the goal line, and a flag comes out on that play. Right now it would stand as a loss of about 7. But the foul is going to be against Roseburg, and it should be, I believe, an unsportsmanlike penalty here from the 4. It is against Roseburg. So they're going to count off the 15 yards, and it should be an automatic first down. Trout lost back to the 4.
First down, Springfield.
That is a loss of 8. But then the penalty by Roseburg, their second of the night, will walk the ball out to the 19-yard line. So first down for Springfield. They'll move a man in motion. Trying to hand it off, running right side. Around a nice block. Connor Dye gets free. Push from behind, out of bounds, and he'll move the chains out to the 38-yard line. Connor Dye with the best run of the night for this Springfield team here in the second quarter. 19-yard carry for him. Puts him back on the positive side for his yardage. Ball out to the 38-yard line. First down and 10 for the Millers. Spread to the near side is Fada. Far side, you've got Springer. They move Fada in motion right to left. You've got Robinson on the left end of the line. Tied in to the right for the Millers. Play clock running down. Snap it. Running right side. Meeting head on with Garrett Schultz. Out to the 41-yard line. Dye running right over that right tackle. Trying to take on this Roseburg linebacker crew. His 5th carry of the night. Coming up at halftime, we will take a look at stats from the first half of this game and recap the scoring for you. 28-0, Roseburg in front here with 9:41 to go in the first half. Roseburg scoring 28 in the first quarter alone. Got a quarterback warming up over there. It's Corbin and Tatone throwing on the Roseburg sideline as we face 2nd down and 7 here. Going to be a keeper for Coulter, trying to follow his big lineman. He picks up a couple of yards, but not a big chunk with how many blockers he had in front of him. He gets it out to the 43. Picks up 2. And now it'll be 3rd down. Got to get the ball to the 48. 5 yards to go for the Millers as they huddle up, letting the clock wind. Wind continues to blow as the sun starts to set. Off behind us to our left as we're here up in the press box at Silky Field tonight. Shadows starting to stretch from the near sideline out across, diagonally across to the far sideline. It'll be fun to see when the lights start kicking into full effect here tonight. Pressure coming and sacked in the backfield. Garrett Schultz gets there first. Tiger Black comes in to finish, and a penalty flag comes out way late on this one. Gavin Coulter got sacked back to the 37-yard line. And we're going to see who this goes on. It's a dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike against Springfield. It's already 4th down, and it would be about 10. And they are walking that ball off from where the sack occurred. So dead ball foul will be counted out. It'll still be 4th down. They back it all the way back to the 22-yard line. Punt coming, a low line drive kick. Now with the wind at their back, Springfield gets a little bit better of a kick. Some jawing back and forth here between a couple of the players. Silas Kincaid getting into it with Casey Robinson. The punt will go away. No return by Roseburg all the way down to the 27-yard line. Roseburg's half of the field, probably some of their worst starting position of the night. 8:10 to go here in the first half. Roseburg with the ball in the second quarter. So they'll start with the ball. Second possession of the second quarter for Roseburg. Dominic Tatone will come out to run the offense. Roseburg huddled up. They're going to have their guys looking, at least the quarterback looking into the sun. Receivers are probably going to be looking back to the ball, so looking away from it. Colton Marsters will spread out wide to the near side. Layman on for Roseburg. Coming on late is Dylan Johnson. Handed off up the middle, running with it. Klopfenstein looked like he almost lost a handle on that football. Somehow kept it in. Still on his feet as he gets tossed around, and they will blow the play dead. His forward momentum takes him out. Klopfenstein to the 33-yard line. Picking up 6 on the carry. Klopfenstein doing a heavy lifting last week for Roseburg with most of the carries, 14 total. So far, only 4 tonight. They'll set up with Schultz behind Tatone under center. They'll move Johnson, bubble him back to the back, turn, hand it off. It's to Schultz up the middle. It's that triple option play that so many times Tatone has given or has kept it himself, and this time giving it to Schultz. Springfield's defense not caught off guard, but Schultz, give him plenty of credit as he continued to stay on his feet and move that pile, and he'll pick up the first down. They put the ball out to the 39-yard line, a pickup of 6 for Garrett Schultz. 1st and 10, 7:19 to go. No score so far here in this second quarter. Roseburg, 28 points in the first. Call to the near side in the slot. Marster spread out wide. Again, Schultz in a 3-point stance in the backfield. Tatone under center. He'll keep it this time on the end around. The option works for Roseburg. He'll pick up a couple. Out to the 42. 3 yards on that carry for Tatone. That play has worked well for him tonight. 5 carries, 78 yards total for Dominic Tatone. Has 1 touchdown so far. So far, 2 touchdown passes for Evan Corbin. Touchdown run for Tatone. A touchdown run for Alaric Call. Touchdown catches for Marsters and for Duper. And a big first quarter for this Roseburg team. 6.5 to play first half. We'll have your Cooper's Pest Control halftime show coming up. Springfield looks like they're sending a blitz. It'll be Robinson on the far side. They toss it that direction. Klopfenstein gets around the edge. A penalty flag out, though, in the area of a possible hold, and it is against Roseburg. The penalty flag out at the 43. So from the 43-yard line, they'll back him up. Klopfenstein getting the 1 yard on the carry and the penalty negating the rest. A few more penalties here tonight for Roseburg. They only usually get about 4, maybe 5. But this first half has had a few more. The ball back to the 33-yard line, 10-yard penalty. Tatone in shotgun with a man to his right, looking to pass. The lefty winds and fires on the slant route and just a bit high through the hands of Colton Marsters. It was there, a pass he probably could have had. Not sure if maybe the sun a little bit in his eyes as he tried to look back to that football. That ball was a bit high, but Marsters, with his 5'11 frame, looked like he had enough to get to that ball. Falls incomplete for second down, make it third down now. After the penalty, the ball back at the 33. They got to get it to the 49. Looking at 16 yards to go. In shotgun Tatone. Looking to his left. Going deep. He's got Klopfenstein out there and just over his reach. Klopfenstein couldn't quite get there in time. Threw it a little bit too deep. And it'll be 4th down for Roseburg. I like the idea. The play was there, just not quite on target for Tatone. He is 0 for 3 so far tonight. Corbin 3 for 3 with an interception and 2 touchdowns. Punt unit will come out. It'll be Gillespie to kick for Roseburg. 5:50 to go, second quarter. He'll get the kick away, cuts through the wind. A pretty decent kick there. Takes a bounce, almost hit a Springfield player, and it'll go out of bounds near the 35-yard line. Springfield will come back out with 5:42 to go in this first half, looking to try and erase the goose egg on the board. As they send their offense back out, trailing 28-0. Tonight's Roseburg football game is streaming online at 541radio.com thanks to sponsorship from Renco General Contractors. They specialize in industrial and commercial construction. So whether you're building from scratch or maybe it's time to expand or remodel your current building at Renco, there's no job that's too big or too small. Build your success with Renco. Offense back out for the Millers. Robinson will move in motion right to left. Coulter turns, hands it off to the running back, running right side. Carrying the football again is Dye. Connor Dye takes it out to the 39. He'll pick up 4. Be second down and 6. Up to the ball at the 39. Got to get it to the 45. Toss it left side. Nowhere to go for Dye. He's going to get trapped in the backfield again. Running left side this time. He goes back to the 37. Losing 2 as Roseburg's front line continues to play big. And the clock will continue to tick with 4:35 to go second quarter, 28-0 our score. Roseburg with Corbin and possibly Carson Six playing catch with him on the sideline. I think that was the number 6 over there. Might have been an 8 for Tatone. Or excuse me, for Kloffenstein. No, he's in the game. They'll pass on the inside slant route by Robinson. He stays on his feet, but he is not going to get past the line of scrimmage. The pass play on third down goes for nothing. Back to the 37. And Roseburg will force another punt here out of Springfield. So the punt unit comes out with 3:33 and counting here in the first half. Nice kick away. Dunn going way back, looking up into the sun. Couldn't get a good eye on that one. He will just let it fall and roll out of bounds. Smart idea there. Don't want to risk anything. The punt by Springfield. That is the 5th punt here in the first half for the Millers. They give it back to Roseburg with 3:24 to go in the first half. The Indians come out. They will start at their own 14-yard line. And coming out to lead the offense is Evan Corbin. 2 targets to the near side for Corbin. Looking this direction. Marsters will have it one-on-one. He'll run around his defender and gets to the sideline and out to the 30. They'll mark him out at the 31-yard line on the pass play. Give him 17 yards on the reception for Corbin to Marsters, and that's been a nice connection here tonight. $89 yards on 5 completions so far for Corbin. Running it is Schultz. He'll get out to the 32. Schultz will pick up 1 on the carry. Second down and 9. Marsters to the near side. Looking to pass, looking right side. Going to go downfield. He's got Alaric Call open. He makes the adjustment, coming back to the ball, and he'll spin his way down to the 35-yard line. Roseburg attacking downfield with the passing game and making it work to the 35-yard line on Springfield's half of the field. And Evan Corbin looking sharp in the passing game. That's going to be a 33-yard completion for Corbin to Call. First catch of the night for Alaric Call, and a timeout. No, excuse me, they're stopping the clock here. They call a timeout? No, they did not. Roseburg will get in there, run their offense. Corbin going to go on a quick slant route. I like the anticipation, knowing that Duper was going to be cutting on a in route on that post towards the middle of the field. He anticipated it, made the throw, but he was just too low. If he had made it, if he had had that up just a little bit, might have had a chance to be able to fit that right through a tight window. First incompletion, make it second incompletion of the night for Corbin. With his 33-yard completion to Alaric Call there, that is 121 yards, 122 yards. $122 yards through the air for Corbin. Roseburg again going for nothing on a third down play. Incomplete for Corbin. And it's now 4th down and 10 from the 35. 2:30. Clock stopped on the last incompletion. Corbin looking to throw. Pressure coming. That ball got knocked out as he was throwing, and it flutters to the far sideline. It'll fall incomplete, but a penalty flag is out. It was a penalty against Roseburg, and with that being 4th down on the incompletion, Springfield will decline the penalty, and Roseburg will turn it over on downs. Springfield will get the football with 2:26 to go, starting with the ball at their own 35. Trying to get some sort of offensive momentum going. They've had a couple of decent runs on their last couple of drives, but haven't been able to keep it going downfield. 2:26 to go. Playing with the wind at their back. Gavin Coulter in shotgun for the Millers. Roseburg's front line trying to put pressure on. The ball comes loose. Silas Kincaid on top of it. Should be a Roseburg football, and it is. Coulter with the fumble on the snap. He had one of those last week. And another turnover for the Millers. It was Silas Kincaid that jumps on top of this time, and Roseburg will get the ball in great field position at the Springfield 33. Corbin back out. He moves Marsters in motion from left to right, hands it off to him on the end around, gets some blocks, breaks free up the field inside the red zone, down to about the 16. Marsters on the carry. They do spot him down to the 16-yard line. It's a first down carry. 17 yards on the carry. Now pass near side to Marsters. He sprints by the defense and walks right into the end zone. Touchdown for Roseburg. Here in the first half, they stretch it to a 34-0 lead against the Millers. PAT unit will come back out for Roseburg. The right-footed kick off of the hold here for Tatone. Down, kick is up, and it's through. Springfield will Roseburg will add the extra point, 35-0 on top of Springfield. Let's take a 30-second break, and we'll continue this second quarter for you here from Silky Field on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
General Contractors, formerly known as Ari Noah, are the experts in industrial and commercial construction. With over 50 years of combined experience, Renco General Contractors is Douglas County's building leader when it comes to commercial construction. From turnkey construction from the ground up, tenant improvements to seismic upgrades, Renco is an authorized metal building dealer dedicated to providing our community the highest quality structures. They also specialize in steel fabrication and welding. Call Renco today. There's no job that's too big or too small. Build your success with Renco.
Back here at Silky Field, Roseburg now leading 35-0 against the Millers. Springfield will have the ball with 2:01 to go off of the kickoff here. Into the wind this time, but still a good boot for Roseburg on the kickoff. Down to the 14-yard line, though. Finally getting a chance to return is Springfield, weaving through traffic. Breaking free on the far sideline, Dwayne Fada, and he will run it out of bounds on the other side of the field for Springfield. They get across the 50, and the Millers will have first down and 10 on Roseburg's 44-yard line. So Springfield bringing the offense out, trying to get some sort of momentum here before the first half comes to an end. They've got 1:49 to go after that kickoff return. Coming up, we'll have your Cooper's Pest Control halftime show, so stick around for that. Tonight's game brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Contact their travel experts for your travel plans at 672-5701. Last time a fumble by the quarterback, Gavin Coulter, recovered by Roseburg. Turned into 2 plays later, a touchdown. A fumble again, this time picked up by Roseburg. It's Drake Campbell. And Roseburg will have it again. And Springfield just can't seem to get out of their own way here tonight. That was Campbell on the fumble recovery this time. So Roseburg's defense with a number of takeaways here so far tonight. Roseburg has it with 1:45 to play in the first half, leading 35-0. They start out at their own 47. They run it out across the 50 here for the Tribe. Get to the 48 on Springfield's half of the field. 5-yard pickup for Schultz. He's the deep man in the 3-point position. They'll move Gillespie, bubble him back around. Keeper for Titone, breaking out on the left side, using his speed. Penalty flag out. Taken down as he slides to the turf on the tackle by Ali Gutierrez. But a penalty flag back at the line of scrimmage. Looks like it's in the area of holding. And it's going to be called against the Tribe. That'll back him up from the 46-yard line. So Titone will get credit for the 2 yards. But then Roseburg's penalty, backing him up 10 yards, back to the 44 on their own half of the field. 1 minute to play here in the first half. You got your Cooper's Pest Control halftime show coming on as the lights start to take effect here at Silky Field. The entire field pretty much filled with shadows. Second down and 13. Faked a handoff. Titone going to be a keeper again. Goes around the right side this time. Cut down on the tackle.
Third down, Roseburg.
Thought that was going to be 24 for Springfield, but I don't have that on my roster. Nonetheless, a carry out to the 49 for Titone. Picks up 5. Still on Roseburg's half of the field. Titone in shotgun, wants to move Johnson in motion, and he will. Penalty flag out. Going to be a false start, illegal procedure on Roseburg. That'll back him up. Dylan Johnson, one of 2 seniors on this team for Roseburg this year, getting some playing time here in the first half with the offense. We've seen him out there on special teams quite a bit this year. Back to the 44. So the run by Titone is negated on the false start penalty, back 5 yards. And the first half, they wind the clock after the penalty. The first half comes to an end. That's going to do it for us here. As we head into the halftime show, we'll take a look at your first half statistics, recap your scoring, and get you ready for the second half. It's your Cooper's Pest Control halftime show coming up. Tonight's game's been brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. I'm Joey Kieran. We go to your Cooper's Pest Control halftime show after this 2-minute break here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
the innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
I am a nurse.
A firefighter.
A college student.
A mother.
And I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready.
For every storm.
And disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors.
My family.
And my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Buy one, get one free at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Buy one signature service oil change with Pennzoil at regular price through the end of March and receive a coupon for a second one free. That's a $43.99 value. The signature service oil change features up to 5 quarts conventional Pennzoil, a new spin-on filter, and a visual inspection of belts, brakes, tires, and wipers, plus fluid top-off and our 90-day top-off guarantee. Buy one signature service oil change, get one free through the end of March at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube next to Champion Car Wash.
Well, we welcome you back here to Springfield High School, where the band entertains us here at halftime. It's Joey Kieran with you as we welcome you in to the Cooper's Pest Control halftime show. Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins with great low rates. Give them a call at 673-0363. Score at the break, it's 35-0. Roseburg with a huge first half here tonight. Scoring 28 points in the first quarter, and then adding another touchdown in the second. Roseburg leads 35-0 here at the halftime break. Taking a look at the scoring recap from our first half of today's ballgame. Roseburg fumbled on their first possession. Really had Springfield feeling good about things early. They go 3 and out, though. Give it back to Roseburg, and 3 plays later, only a minute and 3 seconds, and Roseburg had their first, make it second, offensive touchdown of the season. This time a 55-yarder from Evan Corbin finding Colton Marsters. The kick was good, and Roseburg pulled ahead 7-0 with 9:26 to go in the first quarter. Springfield fumbled on their very next possession on the first play, and Roseburg will get it, and 1 play later, only 8 seconds needed. Roseburg scores on a 22-yard keeper by Dominic Tatone. 14-0 at that point with 8:11 to go in the first quarter. A punt by Springfield would set Roseburg up, and it was another scoring drive. This time it was a Lyric Call on an 8-yard end-around sweep. Scoring for Roseburg, his first touchdown of the season. The senior in from 8 yards out. The kick good, making it 21-0. An interception on the next drive by Springfield set up Roseburg with short territory again. It was Landon Duper on the INT, and then he gets rewarded with a 7-yard touchdown pass on the slant on the very next play, putting Roseburg up 28-0 in the first quarter. In the second quarter, Roseburg would get a couple of fumble recoveries. They did throw an INT to start it out, 2 turnovers by Roseburg's offense, but they would get a couple of takeaways themselves on defense. A fumble recovery by Silas Kincaid would set up short field for Roseburg. 2 plays, both to Colton Marsters, and the scoring play was a 16-yard touchdown pass from Evan Corbin to Marsters to make it 35-0. And Roseburg leading here at the halftime break. A big first half lead, and by far their best offensive night of the season for Roseburg. This is your Cooper's Pest Control halftime show. Tonight's contest has been brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning. Get 0% financing for 72 months on approved credit now at Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning. Also by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. And we want to thank our sponsors, DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop. We know that this 2021 football season has not necessarily been a normal one. And we've had to put a lot of work into making sure that we were able to put it on for you. But one of the biggest things that we can do is say thank you to the sponsors that help make this season possible. Without the sponsorship of all of the sponsors we continue to tell you about during tonight's game, we wouldn't have a chance to be out here. So, to say thank you, we hope that you are able to head on out and support the sponsors that help support local high school sports here on your radio and streaming online at 541radio.com as well. If you get the opportunity, please do so to say thanks for their support of Roseburg High Sports here on The Score. Tonight's game is streaming live online at 541radio.com thanks to Renco General Contractors. We'll come back with more of the Cooper's Pest Control halftime show. After another quick 2-minute break, we'll take a look at your individual statistics and get you ready for the second half here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
I am a nurse.
A firefighter.
A college student.
A mother.
And I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready.
For every storm.
And disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors.
My family.
And my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Buy one, get one free at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Buy one signature service oil change with Pennzoil at regular price through the end of March and receive a coupon for a second one free. That's a $43.99 value. The signature service oil change features up to 5 quarts conventional Pennzoil, a new spin-on filter, and a visual inspection of belts, brakes, tires, and wipers, plus fluid top-off and our 90-day top-off guarantee. Buy one signature service oil change, get one free through the end of March at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube next to Champion Car Wash.
Back at Silky Field, where Roseburg leads 35-0 here at halftime on the Cooper's Pest Control halftime show. It's Joey Keyran here with you. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in for tonight's contest. We're going to take a look at your individual statistics, but make sure you stick around for the postgame show to find out who tonight's Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game is going to be. Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be. A lot of contenders tonight on who could be your player of the game. A lot of scoring going around, a lot of defense happening as well, so that's going to take some consideration here tonight for Roseburg. As we get ready for our second half, taking a look at some of the first half's unofficial statistics. And tight quarters here. I got papers every which direction. I don't have a table in front of me, so I'm not going to verify these stats for you all that closely, but I think they are in the vicinity here. For Evan Corbin, 3 touchdown passes in the first half. I've got him unofficially down for 138 yards through the air. Does have 1 interception. Dominic Titone, I don't have him down for a completion so far. On the ground, carrying the load is Dominic Titone. Have him for 7 carries, 85 yards so far tonight. Klopfenstein with 8 yards. Schultz with 12. Alaric Call with a touchdown run of 8 yards, and Dominic Titone had that 22-yard carry. Through the air, 88 yards for Colton Marsters. He has 2 touchdown catches, 1 of 55, 1 of 16. Landon Duper has 2 catches and a 7-yard touchdown in there, and Alaric Call with 1 catch for 33 yards. On the other side for Springfield, not a lot of offense to speak of, unfortunately. For their quarterback, Gavin Coulter, I've got him down for 2 for 4 with an interception and 3 yards. Connor Dye has 7 carries, 22 yards. Coulter has a couple of fumbles in the game as well as his interception, and he's got 2 completions, both of them going to Casey Robinson for a total of 3 yards so far tonight. That is a look at your individual statistics from tonight's ball game. And again, stick around for the Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game coming up. We're going to go ahead and take a 60-second break. We'll come back, get you ready to go for the second half. This is Roseburg Football, streaming on 541radio.com, presented by Renco General Contractors, and right here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Silky Field in beautiful Springfield, Oregon, getting ready to go for our second half. Joey Kieran here with you as we move into the third quarter of tonight's ball game, wrapping up our Cooper's Pest Control halftime show. Again, Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins with great low rates. Give them a call at 673-0363. Counting down to the start of our second half, a quick update on something I was saying earlier. We thought that we might have heard it from the booth next door. Didn't get confirmation at the time, but just checking in with Roseburg's coaches. Not Jackson Bartlett kicking tonight. It is Keanu Christner. So if there are friends and family of Keanu, we apologize for the errors in our reporting earlier. But Keanu Christner kicking tonight, doing a heck of a job doing it as he has put through all of the PATs for Roseburg tonight, and for the first time all season tonight, there have been a few of them. Starting to cool down a bit here tonight in Springfield as the sun is setting. We are expecting temperatures to get pretty low here tonight. I was told by my better half to prepare for cooler temperatures, that things could get down into the 30s here this evening. Reading at 52 right now, but I think in the shade at least it's definitely a bit cooler than that as we get ready for our second half kickoff. As we get ready to go, remind you tonight's ball game has been brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, where everyone is welcome to shop. And streaming to tonight's game on 541radio.com, presented by Renco General Contractors. The right-footed kick away from Christner is going to go with the wind at his back, still blowing pretty good out there. Will go into the end zone for a touchback as Springfield will have the ball to start our second half. So the Millers will have it, starting at their own 20-yard line. That wind has been pretty consistent. We can see the American flag across the way just above the Silky Field scoreboard here. Now lighting up and shining even better than before now that the sun has started to set. But that flag out there whipping around pretty good on this turning into a brisk evening in the Eugene-Springfield area. First down and 10 from their own 20 for Springfield. They will start out with 2 men to the left. They move Robinson out to the left side as well at that tight end position. Turn and hand it off. And nowhere really to go for the running back. And again, that is Connor Dye. He'll actually lose a yard back to the 19 as Roseburg's defense has been very stingy here tonight. Not giving any sort of running lanes really for the Millers trying to run up the middle. And Roseburg's big body, Silas Kincaid, Tiger Black up there, Drake Campbell, along with James Coleman as well up on the front line for Roseburg. This 4-man front has been doing well. They'll set up with Schultz in at linebacker in the middle. Gillespie out to the right, Call on the left side. You've got Klopfenstein and Duper as your safeties. Looking to pass, going deep and way too deep, intended for Springer. Coulter's pass is way too deep. Roseburg in their secondary. Eli Jacobs-Locker out there getting some time at one of the corner positions. And on the other side was Colton Marsters. Roseburg now with their defense facing 3rd down and 11 is the incomplete pass by Coulter. We'll stop the clock with 9:53. Actually, no, here in the second half, I do recall, they did change it for this year. 35 is your point total for the running clock. And at 35-0, Roseburg in front. We've got a running clock in the second half. Some pressure coming. Tiger Black got a hand up in the way and knocking the ball loose, and it's going to be an incomplete pass. Silas Kincaid thought he might have knocked that ball out of the hand of Coulter and been able to pick up a fumble, but they'll say it was an incomplete pass as Kincaid jumped on it, and Roseburg almost had another fumble recovery. Couple of incompletions. And now the 4th down and 11 for Springfield with the clock running here in the 3rd quarter. They'll send their punt unit out into the wind. I was wondering where Braden Steinacre might be on the defensive side. We can now see him out on the walking around the outskirts of the field. Kind of limping a little bit, has his helmet off. It does look like he may be out for the rest of this game. Punt away, not a bad one. Takes a hop Springfield's direction, but it does not cross the 50. It'll get to the Springfield 49. And that's where Roseburg's offense will take over. 8:47 to play here in the 3rd quarter with the clock running. Roseburg's offense will come out. Yeah, not really limping. Steinacre just kind of looking like he's walking a little funny, but he's got his helmet off, walking back. Roseburg did not go into the locker room at halftime. They just did their meeting on the field. Kind of seems like Steinacre might be done for the night. Hopefully he is okay here as he wraps up this season. Corbin out there to start at quarterback for Roseburg. Hands it off, running right side for Roseburg. It is Garrett Schultz on the carry, only about a half yard on the gain, running right side across that offensive line. We were told that some of the JV guys might get a chance to play here throughout tonight's game as we start to get maybe some new numbers into the contest here tonight. If things continue to stay a healthy advantage for Roseburg, we'll continue to try and make sure we get their names mentioned on the radio. Always fun to call out a couple of new names throughout the season. 2nd down and maybe 9, a long 9. Handed off to Duper on the end around. He will take it for a 1st down and out of bounds. On 2nd down, the carry, Duper, his 2nd carry of the night. First one went for 10. This one is not going to quite get there. They mark him out just shy of the line to gain at the 40. A pickup of 8 for Duper. And Roseburg will face 3rd down and 1. Duper spread out to the right side. Call in the slot. 2 backs in the backfield with Corbin, and he'll hand it off to Schultz, who will get the carry and the 1st down. Running up the middle, finally going down inside the 40, down to the 37-yard line on the carry. Make it the 36 there for Schultz on that run. A 4-yard pickup, moving the chains. Clock will definitely move quickly here in this second half. Already down to 6:40 to go with the running clock. 2 men out to the right side of the formation. In the backfield is Klopfenstein. He'll get it running right side, spins through the line and stays on his feet and gets a belly-to-back suplex down to the turf at the 30-yard line, taken down there. And that is a pickup of 6 on the ground for Klopp. It'll put him down to 14 yards on the night. Klopfenstein, as well as a number of these other guys on this team, expected to be out there on the baseball field coming up on Tuesday when Roseburg baseball gets their season started. May have a few track guys out there as well, but yes, this season this year, it's going to be one thing to the next real quick. Duper moves in motion. A penalty flag out as the run up the middle goes for Schultz. They had Duper in motion, fake the handoff to him, give it to Schultz up the middle. He carried it for close to the 1st down, but they're going to say an illegal procedure by Roseburg. So I believe they'll go from the original spot of the ball and count it off from there, negate the play, walk it back from the 35 yards. Roseburg with the penalty. That is the first of the second half for him. Big history from Major League Baseball tonight we'll get to in a moment. Pass to the near side. Duper caught. He got trapped, but now he spins out of it, bubbles back, and got some room. It was second down and 9 from back at the 35-yard line, and he'll wind his way down to the 32-yard line is where Duper will get the ball to. Pickup of 3 on the completion from Corbin to Duper. At the 32, the nose of the football touching the 32. Got to get it to the 26. Corbin looking to pass. He'll go on the short route. Wide open is Dawson Gillespie. He's inside the 20, has the first down, and a whole lot more. And Roseburg will move the chains on a big first down completion. On third down, a conversion there. They will spot the ball at the 15. That's a pickup of 17 through the air for Corbin, finding Gillespie. First catch of the night for Dawson Gillespie. All right, first down for Roseburg at the Springfield 15. The first no-hitter in Padres history happening tonight, and it's the first no-no of 2021. San Diego native Joe Musgrove throwing the no-hitter for the Padres here tonight in Major League Baseball. Logan Klopfenstein around the left side, and he runs in for the touchdown. You can't stop Roseburg here tonight. A 15-yard touchdown run. Logan Klopfenstein gets his first touchdown of the night. And that'll put Roseburg on top 41-0. Had history happening in Major League Baseball I wanted to pass along to you there, but here at Silky Field, a big night tonight for Roseburg. First time these two teams have met in a long time. The kick from Keanu Christner is through the uprights and good. And Roseburg leads 42-0. We'll go ahead and take a 30-second break and come back. 3:05 to go here in the third quarter. Back after this 30-second break on the Score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
General Contractors, formerly known as RE Noah, are the experts in industrial and commercial construction. With over 50 years of combined experience, Renco General Contractors is Douglas County's building leader when it comes to commercial construction. From turnkey construction from the ground up, tenant improvements to seismic upgrades, Renco is an authorized metal building dealer dedicated to providing our community the highest quality structures. They also specialize in steel fabrication and welding. Call Renco today. There's no job that's too big or too small. Build your success with Renco.
3:05 to go in the third quarter. Roseburg is on top 42-0. A big night tonight here for this Roseburg team, and we talked about it. At the start of the broadcast. One of these teams looking to try and build momentum going into the offseason. I think Roseburg is starting to find some. Kickoff return up the middle, and another big return for Springfield, but credit the kicker, Keanu Christner, who will bring down the return man. It was Dylan Springer on the kick return, and he will set up Springfield well into their own territory there. Out to the 41 is where they will get a chance to start. 15-yard touchdown run for Logan Klopfenstein, his second touchdown of the season. As I was telling you about the no-hitter in Major League Baseball. It was the first in Padres history. The program's been around for a while. That is big news there. And it's also the first no-no of 2021. But my distraction there did steal some of the thunder for Logan Klopfenstein on his 15-yard touchdown run. My apologies. Springfield with it. They'll hand it off in the backfield. Nice cut back to the middle of the field, upfield. Still scatting his way upfield. And taken down into Roseburg territory at the 44. It's Connor Dye, and he gets up limping. Unfortunate there. Best run of the night for Springfield. get into Roseburg territory. 15-yard carry for Dye, and he comes off limping a little bit. Goes to the sideline. Looks like it's his right ankle, maybe. He'll head to the bench and rest for a moment. But a nice 15-yard gain on the carry for him. First down for Springfield. Almost done with the third quarter here. 1:22 to play in the third. Coulter in shotgun. Hands it off, running right this time. For Springfield is Justin Trout. He'll get it to the 41-yard line, a pickup of 3. So down to the 41-yard line, a minute to go in the third quarter, 42-0, Roseburg leading. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Dr. Alanson Randall, open and accepting new patients. Give him a call at 541-378-6694. And by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. You ready to go where life takes you. Second down and 7. Trout still out there running. He'll get the handoff. Delayed handoff. Really waited on the option was Coulter, and it works out. They get across the 40 into the 38-yard line. Marching into Roseburg territory here is Springfield, trying to get on the board tonight. Another 3-yard carry. They'll put him down to the 37, make it 4 yards for Trout. Third down and 4 for Springfield. Coulter will run the ball back out to the huddle for the Millers here. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Waiting for that clock to run down, and it does. Running clock making things move fast here. We're through 1 quarter of play in the second half. 1 quarter left to go. Into the third, Roseburg leading 42-0. Back after a 60-second break here on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Well, the clock is running fast here in the second half, and so did the teams in between the quarter break there. We come back one play in. It was a little bit of trickeration for the Springfield Millers. They tried to go with the Philly special. They tossed it to Casey Robinson, who threw back to Gavin Coulter. They wanted a call for a little bit of contact, didn't get it. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 4. Coulter looking to pass, though, try and set up the screen. No flag out. Dylan Johnson might have gotten there right as the ball was arriving, intended for Dylan Springer, and it's going to be a turnover on downs for Springfield to start things off here in the fourth quarter. Joey Kieran here with you as we welcome you into the fourth quarter. Running clock in this one is Roseburg's up 42-0. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. And by Current Orthodontics, a healthy, attractive smile means confidence inside and out. Call Dr. Peterson at 541-672-5721. Roseburg with the football. 10.5 minutes to play in this one. Starting with the football at their own 37-yard line. They'll run it with Schultz over the right side. He breaks free into the secondary. Tracked down from behind. It was Connor Dye who's back out there. He is still limping around a little bit. But Garrett Schultz takes that ball across the 50 to the Springfield 46-yard line. And with that carry, that'll be 17 yards on the ground for Schultz. He's up to 34 on the night, his longest carry of the evening. These two teams, as mentioned, they have not played very often, as Springfield down at the 5A level. Handoff running left side, stacked up at the line of scrimmage, maybe 1 yard on the gain for Schultz. He gets it to the 45. Roseburg, last meeting between these two teams was back in 2013. But reclassification happening in 2016, I believe. Well, 2006, actually. I think they reclassified to 6. But I think they've had a number of different times where they've redone the classifications, and another run for Schultz up the middle here. But 2013, the last time these two teams met. Last week, Roseburg, it was only the second game for him, getting over 100 yards of offense. But tonight they are going to be well over that mark, putting up 42 points this evening. Ball back to the 45-yard line on another carry by Schultz, gaining nothing there. It's going to be 3rd down and 9 for Roseburg. Ball on the left side of the field. Dominic Titone out there at quarterback. Schultz behind him. He'll go under center, 2 targets either side. Turn, and they fake the handoff to Schultz. No, give it to him, and he'll burst through on the right side, nearly getting to the 40. Put him down at the 41-yard line. That's a pickup of 4. And Roseburg has 4th down and 5. It looked like the offense was going to stay on the field, but now some late changes. Here comes the punt return unit, or the punt kick unit. Out there for Roseburg, Hayden Horton getting a chance to be out on the field, along with, it looked like, Jace Wilder on the field and kick coverage for special teams. Roseburg using some of their JV guys on the special teams here tonight. Gillespie will get a kick away. It bounces down to the 10, and that is where it will stop. And Roseburg will punt the ball away. Springfield will have it with 7:15 to go here in our ball game, trailing 42-0. Start at their own 10-yard line. Tonight's contest brought to you by Tim's Appliance at the corner of Lane and South Stevens. 0% financing always available. And by the Smile Station, your destination for aesthetically crafted smiles. Offense back out for the Millers. Roseburg having a big night here tonight to finish out their season. Up on the front line, Nathan Wayman out there, the junior, playing at one of the left ends. At the left end, one of the ends. He's in there, forces it back inside, back to the linebackers. Swing and a miss, it looked like for Schultz. He almost got the running back, Justin Trout, down at the line of scrimmage. Nice job on the end there by Wayman to force that back inside. And Schultz did what he was supposed to, just couldn't finish the play. So it's a carry of about 3 yards out to the 13 for Springfield and Trout. Do have Hayden Horton out there as one of the defensive backs. Dylan Johnson out there at one of the linebacker positions. Looking to pass is Coulter. He's got a man open. Had to elude the defense, though. And now a pass downfield. Incomplete over the top of the head of Dylan Springer. In coverage was Horton. And the incompletion will make it 3rd down and 7. Clock continues to run here in this second half. 5:20 to play. Taking a look, they've got Riley McAllister has come in on the defensive front. Also, James Coleman still up there along with Drake Campbell. 3rd down and 7. Looking to pass to his left. Airmail almost had a chance. One hand up there, almost had a chance to get to that. intended for Casey Robinson, and he can't pull it in. It'll be 4th down. Punt unit will come out for Springfield. .438 and counting here in the 4th quarter. Starting to wind down, but winding down fast here tonight. Going to be quick game with that running clock. Punt coming. Springfield get a good boot behind it. Carson Dunn looking to return it from the Springfield 48. He bobbles it, picks it up. Now running to the far side of the field. Tripped up a bit, gets around another defender, looking to return it to the house, and tracked down from the backside, forced out of bounds at the 15. The field is clean, no laundry out there. And now a penalty flag comes out at the very end of it at the scrum where the play finished up. That was a kick return down to the 15. That would be good for 33 yards or so by Dunn. We'll wait to see what the penalty flag will result in. Waiting while our crew confirms on what they want to do here. I do believe, I was going to say I thought it might be against Springfield, but I didn't want to guess there. Neither team was really showing, but now they do count it off. From the 15, they'll go half the distance to the goal line down to the 7. So Roseburg starting out at Springfield's territory. They got 1st and goal from the 7. Pistol formation. It's John Osdemore that is coming out there to run the offense, and as he was running, he's going to get the ball knocked out of his hands. It's going to at least be a big loss of yardage, but I think Springfield might have come up with it, and they do. Well, unfortunate there. First play of the game for the sophomore quarterback from the JV team, John Osdemore. And unfortunately, turns it over. Out to the 19-yard line. That's where Springfield's offense will come out with 1:56 to go in this one. And at quarterback is Coulter. Taking his time here. Rolling to his right. Looks like some trickeration going on here. Going to try and pass downfield, and no one home. On the pass is Carl Marcinet, a senior. Get him into the game on senior night. He tries a pass play, and it does not work out. Osdemore, his dad, a fan on Facebook, and had once tweeted me a pronunciation on that last name. Osdemore, I think I got it close. He unfortunately comes out and on the one play for the sophomore, turning it over there. Incompletion will make it 2nd down and 10 for Springfield. Running up the left side. Working his way out to the 24-yard line. That's going to be Dye once again. So Dye will come out of the game, limping around. Schultz will check out. They get a couple more new guys out onto the field for Roseburg. William Averett out there. 18 seconds to go as this game's going to wrap up here. It's Trout with the play, tackled by Alaric Call, and that will probably do it unless Springfield rushes out to get one more play in. And it does not look like they will. Game comes to an end here from Silky Field. Final score 42-0. Roseburg takes the victory. They will go to 1-4 on the year, and they will get their final game a victory as they win here at Silky. Roseburg honoring the Springfield Millers for hosting them here tonight, waving hello and thank you. Springfield out there huddled up and waving goodbye to Roseburg as well. Tonight's game comes to a close, 42-0. We got your post-game show coming up. We'll recap this one for you here tonight. When we return, this is Roseburg football on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
I am a nurse.
A firefighter.
A college student.
A mother.
And I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready.
For every storm.
And disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors.
My family.
And my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Buy one, get one free at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Buy one signature service oil change with Pennzoil at regular price through the end of March and receive a coupon for a second one free. That's a $43.99 value. The signature service oil change features up to 5 quarts conventional Pennzoil, a new spin-on filter, and a visual inspection of belts, brakes, tires, and wipers, plus fluid top-off and our 90-day top-off guarantee. Buy one signature service oil change, get one free through the end of March at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube next to Champion Car Wash.
Welcome back here to Silky Field as we wrap up the 2021 winter-spring football season for the Roseburg Indians. They finish out tonight with a 42-0 win against the Springfield Millers. Joey Kieran here with you from Silky Field, looking to wrap things up here. It was a big first half for Roseburg as they jump out to a 35-0 lead in the first half, 28-0 in the first quarter. They had touchdown grabs for Colton Marsters, a 55-yard, a 22-yard run by Dominic Tatone, an 8-yard run by Alaric Call, and a 7-yard catch by Landon Duper, 28-0 after one period. In the second quarter, it was a 16-yard touchdown grab from Colton Marsters that puts Roseburg up 35-0 going to the half. As we take a look at the second half of tonight's 42-0 win for Roseburg, the Tribe able to add one more score in the third quarter. It was a 15-yard run, this time by Logan Klopfenstein. We had a running clock the entire second half, and tonight's game, the second half went very quickly for us here from Roseburg High School. In fact, we get done in less than 2 hours here tonight at Silky Field, I should say, not Roseburg High School, but here at Silky Field. It was senior night for the Millers, and tonight, unfortunately, they did not get to go out on a high note, unable to put any points on the board against Roseburg here this evening. For the Millers this season, first time they've been shut out all year. They've been able to manage points. In fact, we're coming off of a 35-14 loss against North Eugene, but unable to find the end zone here tonight. Had a number of troubles with fumbles and turnovers and an interception in this game, and a tough one tonight for the Springfield Millers. When we come back after a quick break, we will take a look at your individual statistics here tonight, and we will name our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. So don't go anywhere. Back to wrap up our post-game show after this here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
I am a nurse.
A firefighter.
A college student.
A mother.
And I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready.
For every storm.
And disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors.
My family.
And my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Buy one, get one free at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Buy one signature service oil change with Pennzoil at regular price through the end of March and receive a coupon for a second one free. That's a $43.99 value. The signature service oil change features up to 5 quarts conventional Pennzoil, a new spin-on filter, and a visual inspection of belts, brakes, tires, and wipers, plus fluid top-off and our 90-day top-off guarantee. Buy one signature service oil change, get one free through the end of March at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube next to Champion Car Wash.
And it goes in that little lunchbox thing. Welcome back here to Silky Field tonight, everybody, as we wrap things up on the 2021 winter spring high school football season. The final week of this abbreviated season was scheduled to be 6 weeks, and Roseburg had one game get canceled at the start, but they finish out the final 5, and they take on Springfield here tonight at Silky Field and walk away with a 42-0 victory here this evening. Roseburg football has been brought to you by Flyway Travel, by Fisher's Hearth and Home, by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning, Good Vibrations, and DC Farmers Co-op. And we want to say thank you to our video stream sponsor, Renco. Renco General Contractors specialize in industrial and commercial construction, so whether you're building from scratch or maybe it's time to expand or remodel your current building, at Renco, there's no job that's too big or too small. You can build your success with Renco. Well, here in the postgame, let's take a look at individual statistics. Again, unofficial here tonight, but did our best that we could. for Springfield. Only about, I have them down for 3 yards passing here tonight on a couple of completions. On the ground, Connor Dye did a nice job with 9 carries for 36 yards. Gavin Coulter had a couple of fumbles on the ground. He did end up with about 1 yard after a couple of losses in there. And Justin Trout with about 6 carries. Actually, I think add in a couple more there at the end. Probably put him at about 8 yards on the night here this evening. And then on the other side for the Roseburg, wrapping things up for them, Evan Corbin had a nice night tonight throwing the ball. He did have 1 interception, but he finished with 3 touchdown passes. I have him down for 9 for 12 through the air, 158 yards, touchdown passes of 55, 7, and 16 yards. Finishing with that 158 would be a season high. Connecting with Colton Marsters 3 times for 88 yards, touchdowns of 55 and 16. Landon Duper had a touchdown grab of 7, finished with 3 catches for 20. Alaric Call with a 33 grab, and Dawson Gillespie with a 17-yard catch. On the ground, it was Dominic Titone that led the way with 85 yards, had a 22-yard touchdown run and a 35-yard run in there as well. Garrett Schultz finishes with 39 yards on 11 carries. Logan Klopfenstein, 29 yards on 7 carries with a 15-yard touchdown. Also had Alaric Call with an 8-yard run in there. And Landon Duper, a couple of big carries for 18 yards as well. And Colton Marsters finishing with 45 yards on the ground here tonight with a couple of carries as well. That is a look at your unofficial stats from tonight's ball game as we put things to bed here for Roseburg football. It is time now in the postgame show to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. Pizza the way it ought to be. The Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game is awarded a $50 gift certificate to Mountain Mike's Pizza, new to Roseburg. They're off of Harvard Avenue, right by Roseburg High School, near the I-5 overpass. And tonight's Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game is going to go to Roseburg quarterback Evan Corbin. Corbin with a big night tonight throwing the ball. Really, there could have been a lot of people. There was a big night for a lot of guys. But I'm going to give it to Corbin. Corbin tonight finishing with that 158 yards through the air. The sophomore throwing 3 touchdowns as he did a nice job early on. Everybody stepping up throughout tonight's game. But we'll name one player of the game, and that is tonight's Evan Corbin. So thank you very much, everybody. Congratulations to all of our players of the game throughout the season this year. I believe we had Carson Dunn in there, Logan Klopfenstein in there. We have now Evan Corbin in there. And I'm forgetting them all off the top of my head, but congratulations to all of them. I thought I'd be able to rattle them off there, and I don't think I can. But congratulations to everybody who was named a player of the game, and congratulations. Colton Marsters, I think, won it last week for us. That's who we had down for our player of the game. So it was a fun season, getting a chance to know this young team and seeing what they had in store for us. Didn't get the results we wanted all the time, but nonetheless, great to see what this team might have going forward as Roseburg starts building for the 2021 fall season, which, believe it or not, is coming up in about 4 months from now. For Roseburg football, we wrap up the season, but Roseburg sports continue. You had volleyball going on tonight down at Roseburg High School. Don't know how that worked out, but that was going on. And then coming up next week, we get started with the Season 3 sports, and those are your spring sports. Baseball, softball, track and field, golf, tennis, all getting started next week. And we will be bringing you coverage of Roseburg baseball like we have for the last number of years. And it'll start on Tuesday as Roseburg gets ready to host Crater for a doubleheader Tuesday afternoon from Champion Car Wash Field here in Roseburg, or there in Roseburg. We're not there right now, but we'll be back home here soon. So we're getting ready for baseball to start. Looking forward to that. It's going to be a whirlwind high school sports season. We go from one thing right into the next. Only a couple of days off for some of these athletes as they get back out there on the field. Only a couple of days off for yours truly, but I look forward to getting back out at the baseball field and calling after not having a season last year. It's going to be fun to see some Roseburg baseball. We'll be trying to cover as many of the other sports as we can, as we have been doing on the video player there at 541radio.com. So always make sure you check back to find out what the latest sports broadcast schedule is at 541radio.com. As we wrap things up tonight, I have a few thank yous. I want to say thank you to Springfield High School for hosting us here tonight. It's been difficult, I know, for a lot of media to get around the state to cover games this year, so we appreciate they made room for us here this evening. Big thanks to Athletic Director Russ Bolin, Head Coach Dave Heiberger, and the entire Roseburg football program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg football here on The Score. Thanks to Brenton Cranford back in the studio for his production work tonight on the radio side. Here locally, thanks to Angela Keyran for help with the video production tonight. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Keyran, folks. We'll talk to you guys on Tuesday afternoon when Roseburg baseball gets their season started against the Crater Comets in a doubleheader. We'll have the action for you streaming live online at 541radio.com. Thanks to sponsorship from Renco General Contractors, and you can always catch Roseburg High Sports right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.